Please pause for the moment of silence. Please stand for the pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
A debate like none other. We have the highlights up next.
And the reason for the drastic change in gas prices.
All this and more coming up on NHSTV Live.
He goes and is the candidate, we will have Donald Trump for another 4 years, and we can't stand that.
Presidential candidate Michael Bloomberg's billions finally got him on the debate stage, but did nothing to spare him from the tensions he faced on Wednesday night.
A huge risk if we just substitute one arrogant billionaire for another.
The pile-on against Bloomberg came 3 days before the Nevada caucuses, as candidates trailing Bernie Sanders and with nowhere near Bloomberg's money are desperate to prove they are the top contenders as the race narrows. Sanders, however, took the debate stage as its national frontrunner, but many candidates like Bloomberg attacked his policies on Medicare, for all calling him unelectable if the Democratic Party wants to beat President Trump in the November's election.
I've been very lucky, made a lot of money, and I'm giving it all away to make this country better, and a good chunk of it goes to the Democratic Party as well.
The next Democratic debate is set for Tuesday, November 25th.
NASA has set its sights far beyond anything done before in order to further explore our solar system. NASA has chosen 4 proposals that would investigate Venus, Jupiter's moon Io, and Neptune's moon Triton. The 4 proposals highlight planets and moons that are not currently included in ongoing projects, but will be a part of NASA's Discovery program, which encourages scientists to help us explore the solar system by designing new, imaginative mission concepts. Since 1992, the program has supported the development for more than 20 scientific instruments and missions.
Moving on, NHSTV reporter Reagan McDonald went out to give us some insight on how to save money on gas.
In order to get anywhere in this day and age, most people have to rely on a car. And depending on where you decide to shop for your gas, some students and teachers may be getting the shorter end of the stick.
Well, I fill up at either Allsup's in Boyd, or I fill up in Decatur at the QT.
I most often get my gas at Buc-ee's, sometimes the QT or the Allsup's by my house, just depending.
And if you've been in the market for gasoline in Northlake as of lately, you may have noticed that stations that are even only across the street from one another have been charging consumers differently. Just the other day, gas at QT cost $1.84, at Buc-ee's $1.80, and Valero $1.93. The question, however, is why?
I think it depends on how close certain stores are to each other.
Fuel places around here are basing their prices off of what's going on in current events and stuff like that. So anytime we have any kind of conflict in the Middle East, typically the gas prices are going to go up. Which is ironic because most of the fuel that we use are actually coming from U.S. oil reserves. I guess it just really depends on the happenings around the world.
And for the most part, those statements are correct. In addition to these, the creation of new formulas along with the weather play into the costs. There are ways to get around higher prices though. Studies show that Mondays and Tuesdays bring the lowest prices of the week. There are even apps such as Gas Buddy and Waze that will find the cheapest gas station for you automatically. But, most importantly, Pay attention to what the gas stations around you are selling their gas at. Be smart while filling up, Texans. This has been Reagan Gates with NHSTV.
Over the weekend, our very own Texans went out and performed at the 2020 MEA All-State Convention. To make All-State, students from all over Texas have to go through a numerous amount of auditions where they present their skills with new music and sometimes even sight reading for a panel of judges. There are several different orchestras, bands, and choirs to make at state, but we congratulate Angelique Thomas on French horn for making the Sinfonietta Orchestra, placing 6th chair overall, and in choir Grayson King in 2nd chair as a bass 1, and Jameson Defner in 1st chair as a bass 2. Congratulations for making the tenor bass choir boys. The performances this past weekend displayed their hard work and dedication to their music, and the concerts were overall great.
Our Black History Spotlight goes to an entrepreneur who made strides in the entertainment industry for African American representation.
Robert L. Johnson was the founder of Black Entertainment Television, or BET, which was the first cable network focusing on representation of African Americans, with his wife Sheila Johnson in 1979. In 2001, Johnson became the first African American billionaire and the first African American to be on one of Forbes' World's Richest list. Johnson finalized a deal with Viacom to purchase the network, but still worked to improve his newfound company, RLJ, which was a firm handling the portfolio of companies.
To honor the 50th anniversary of the Shamrod Shake, McDonald's has brought back the very famous drink, making it available for purchases nationwide. Chains are unlikely to add these types of items to their regular menus because they're such an important marketing tool. It's been 3 years since the shake was last sold nationally, and in addition to the traditional green vanilla shake, McDonald's is selling a McFlurry version made with Oreo cookies. Both drinks will be sold for a limited time, so head down the street to get the McDonald's to get yours.
Now, if you didn't go to the pep rally yesterday, you definitely missed out. There was a great mixture of cheering and awesome dancing. Some of the boys even threw some tumbling for us. Personally, if I was those cheerleaders, I would not want to be thrown that high. Great job to our guys and cheerleaders, of course, for putting on a great show. Great job, boys. Now for this week's TikTok, we got Coach Taylor's opinion on her players.
Who's most likely basketball edition? Most likely to miss a wide open layup. Who's most likely to get called for a travel? Who's most likely to take a charge? Who's most likely to get hurt? Who's most likely to play all 40 minutes? Who's most likely to forget to watch Scout? Who's most likely to be late for a 6 a.m. practice? Who's most likely to foul out of a game? Who's most likely to forget their uniform? Who's most likely to fight someone during a game? Who's most likely to get a technical? Who's most likely to get yelled at by coach? Who's most likely to forget a play? And who's most likely to hit a half-court game-winning shot?
That was a pretty impressive shot. Now, Kaylee, I know you were there.
Yes, it was so crazy to be there, and I know everyone was really hyped about it in the stands.
Yeah, you see, that's why I'm not in basketball, because I would never be able to do that.
I know, but how do you feel about that new shake that McDonald's came back with?
I've never had it.
Neither
I mean,
have
it doesn't really look that appetizing.
I know.
So I guess I'll have to try it, though.
I know. Green's not really my color either. But students and teachers, tomorrow during all lunches, there will be a karaoke in the library. Come and sing your heart out.
Thanks for watching, Texans. This has been NHSTV Live.